The person you want to reach is not currently available.
Hi, this is Taylor Bush with the City of Davenport's Parks and Recreation Department. I'm sorry I missed your phone call, but if you don't mind...
Welcome to Zoom. Enter your meeting ID followed by pound. Enter your participant ID followed by pound. Otherwise, just press pound to continue. After the tone, please record your name. When you have finished recording, press pound. You are in the meeting now. There are 7 participants in the meeting.
Mr. Lacy, what were the hours of that?
It's from 12 to 1:15.
Oh, 12 till 1:15. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And you
And
said
we're
as an
finalizing
interpreter
the-
center.
We're finalizing the flyer that has the registration information on it. It should be finalized today, so we'll send it out to everybody once we get it finalized, and hopefully we can get some registrations in for it. We definitely had a lot of traffic on the post on Facebook. So hopefully we'll have some good attendance at the event and good feedback.
Director Lacy, I can help with that,
Okay,
because I'll be
Yeah,
there
Bob.
after that for another function.
all righty.
And I'll be there, because I'll have to, probably set up anyway, so I will assist as well.
All righty. Thank you both. We submitted the fiscal year 2025 budget request and the fiscal year 2024 budget increase request. With the 24, sorry, 1 second. I need to, I'm getting a bunch of emails here. Turn on Do Not Disturb so that they can stop coming through. Okay. So the 2024 budget request was to move the 2 positions from the Fair Housing Fund into the general fund, and to move that $30,000 for event expenses into full-time salaries, which would allow the part-time staff member to be moved over to full-time, and then to implement the security updates that was discussed in the meeting with the commissioners. And, well, 2 things with that. The first, we received a response back on, I think last Thursday, and the person in finance explained that they were under the impression that there was to be the addition of an attorney position, and that they would recommend that we add a attorney position. Obviously, we don't have funding for an attorney position. And so without a budget increase, I'm not sure how we would add the attorney position unless the proposal was for us to eliminate the part-time staff person, which is required for mediations. So we replied back to him, but we have not received a response on that. And at the we had the little staff, the holiday gathering for staff, and Commissioner Holly attended, and he had some questions about the meetings with the commissioners and the mayor and city staff. And so I thought that I should probably clarify. But I think, Commissioner Holly, you might have been the only person who joined the commission after the meeting started. But just for everybody's sake, the commissioners were meeting with the mayor and city staff in regard to follow up on a complaint that was filed regarding harassment and discrimination against commission staff. And so they've been having these ongoing meetings to follow up on attempting to received some sort of resolution or commitment from the city to intervene and cease its staff from engaging in these behaviors. So that's the purpose of the meeting, and they've just kind of evolved, and that's how they ended up having that discussion. So just to clarify that for anyone else who was wondering about kind of the purpose of those meetings.
Are you referring to the meeting that Commissioner Tranzu and our chairperson and myself?
Yes.
Okay. And the last meeting I didn't attend. It was Commissioner Tranzu and our chairperson.
Yes.
Okay.
I think Commissioner Holly was not. I don't think he was on the commission when they started, so he was a little confused on like kind of what led up to the meetings and why there was a small group meeting rather than the full commission meeting, and kind of being made aware of the scope of those meetings. So I just wanted to clarify, because I think I kind of put Commissioner Guster and Commissioner Tranzu on the spot during the last meeting, because I just wasn't clear on what it was that they were told. So I didn't want to misspeak in the meeting. But I just wanted to clarify that is the purpose of those meetings, and that's why they were having those meetings. So it wasn't like a meeting outside of the rest of the commission. Everyone was aware of that kind of the background of the meetings, and I should have done a better job of explaining that to Commissioner Holly while we were talking about it, because I think I just assumed that he was aware of it.
Let me chime in also. Also, you can't take every commissioner to a meeting with the mayor, because if you get a certain number of commissioners with the mayor, it is considered a meeting, and so it has to be recorded. And so, therefore, as a commissioner's meeting, and that wouldn't be productive at all. Secondly, it's just like when I asked to form a budgetary committee, and other people go off and meet with certain individuals within the city to talk about budget concerns within the mission. You can't take everybody and meet there, and so and lastly, I would say that that's why you have a chairperson, because the chairperson is a sports person for the entire commission, and that's who is normally the person that meets with the mayor or any other individual within the city hall. I take other individuals with me because I don't want to get into the point of where who said, she said, they said, and that's the reason why I do that, and I've done that throughout my practice and every job that I've had throughout the military and other functions as I've served in certain managerial positions. Lastly, I said lastly on the last thing, but lastly, I invite anyone that have questions to ask them. I can tell you that I don't have a hidden agenda on anything, and I will very vehemently say that I don't have an agenda other than to serve on this commission and do what is right. And I want everybody to know that we, as commissioners, must always stand up and do the right thing, but mostly, I take a lot of heat, and I don't mind taking some heat, but I will push back wherever I need to if I so desire or it is required. So thank you, Director Lacey. Please continue.
Let me just interject here for a minute, Commissioner Holly. Yeah, and my question was just out of curiosity because, as Director Lacy stated, I was not privy to the establishment of the committee. So my question was purely for clarification, and I didn't want to ask those questions during the official meeting to waste time on that discussion. So the question was asked during an informal setting, specifically for purposes of clarification. Not with the expectation that it would become an agenda item, but that was the reason for asking the question. And there's no questioning to the integrity of the commission, Commissioner Guster, and the decisions made. Is just not knowing and coming in, being appointed into a position after the fact. There's a lot of things that take place and you're not aware of, and it would be a disservice to myself and the commission if I didn't try to get some information or clarification to those things when I do have questions. So I think you're doing a great job, and there's no question to anything you're doing. It's just that, you try to learn and grow in the position. So just as a point of clarification, thank you.
Yeah, well, I do believe it is a good idea what we do, having at least two people, if not all three of us that are elected on the commission to have a position on here, like chair, vice chair, secretary, to be there, because they always have two or three people as well. And I think it's better to kind of be matched evenly, because otherwise people can feel like they're backed in a corner if it's just one or two to their three or four, I think it's just nice to have, at least a couple people, because we don't ever know how many people they're going to have there also. They've had up to three people there also.
If Commissioner Holly, Chairperson, if Commissioner Holly would like to be on it, and the number three is, I could step back and allow him to get the experience and have the input that he feels might, improve his service.
I don't think. Let me go. I don't think Commissioner. That was Commissioner Holly's intent. I mean, I know Commissioner Holly, and I know that he's very inquisitive, and he's gonna get an understanding, no matter what he's doing. The point, to his point, I'm very happy to answer his questions or any other commissioner's questions, and I can tell you, I don't feel any way any indifference by that. That's his option. That's any other commissioner option. And if a leader doesn't want to answer questions, then that leader may want to figure out a way to go ahead and leave or move on. So
Thank you.
So I certainly don't mind that, and I welcome any other questions that anybody else have. Okay. All right, Director Lacy, if you would, let's move on, please.
All righty. And I just wanted to clarify that I think that was my fault, Commissioner Holly. I think I just assumed that you were aware of the meeting, but I think you were the only person who joined after they started. But I just wanted to clarify for everybody so that everybody would know, because you might not have been the only one that had the question about it. So that's the only reason I bring it up.
Thank you.
No problem.
And I just offered, because of my my inability to get around like I have in the past, that I would certainly welcome Commissioner Holly serving on that team in my place.
Well, we're gonna, guys. Let me just say one other thing, and then we're gonna ask Director Lacy to move on. We're gonna move on from this particular incident here. I didn't mean to have a whole dissertation about this one, but we're gonna have an election next month. That's something we should have had last month and stuff for new elected personnel. I mean, to elect a chairperson, or keep the chair, or assistant chair, and all that good stuff. So we're gonna get that on the agenda for next month. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Director Lacy, please.
Okay. And they said that they are going to arrange for someone to come out and, I guess, look at the office to talk to us about the updates that we would like to see. So we're waiting to hear back from them on a schedule for that as well.
Director Lacy, let me stop you right there because I had something else on my mind when we, right before we got into that. That added position of attorney, you're absolutely right. It should be in addition to, it should be not that part-time position should be a position you guys should be able to convert to whatever status that you want to convert that to. That has nothing to do with the position that they are creating and stuff. And so, if push back, I need to know that so that we can go back and have that conversation. And her not being there, it's over. Period. So 2024 starts a new meeting dynamic with the city staff. Okay,
yeah, that is what they are conveying to us, is that the part-time position it essentially would be converted into an attorney position, but the person in the part-time position isn't an attorney, so I don't know how they could have understood that to be what you all were talking about.
Yeah.
So I guess, do we want to contact them again to follow up on that? Because they still haven't answered about when they're coming to present to the commission either. Go ahead, Commissioner Holly.
I got a question regarding the addition of the attorney. So they're not asking us to put in the request for staffing an additional position, which would be the part-time, the full-time attorney, which would require a budget increase. So they're not asking us to do that?
And that's what was submitted.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's submitted. Okay.
And they responded to say that their interpretation of it was that we seem to be prioritizing moving the part-time position into a full-time position, rather than turning that position into an attorney position, which was what they thought their takeaway was from the meeting with the commissioners.
I see. Thank you.
For right now, I want you to continue to move forward with the conversation that you are having. That was not my understanding from the meeting that we had with the CFO at that time and the mayor. And so I was under the impression that there would be an additional position of an attorney that they will present to the city council to hire on behalf of the Davenport Civil Rights Commission. And then this position here that you guys have found some money to hire or to convert for an investigator, that's something that we can do on our own. So continue to make that argument, and if they get any more pushback, then we need to schedule a meeting as soon as possible. Okay?
All righty. And they have not responded on the presentation to the commission. So,
push that one more time. And I want that in the record today that we are asking for a presentation from the city staff.
and do we want that to be this month before the budget meetings, which are starting February 3rd?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like we requested yesterday. At least been a couple of months that we've asked for it, and they kind of ignored it and stuff, so not ignored it, they just kind of bloated, push it to the, kick the can down the, road, so it's time for them to come in.
I met with the DOJ staff regarding the upcoming training with the commission, and so they gave some dates. We looked at the doodle polls, and it looks like not a lot of people filled it out. Someone filled it out and didn't put their name in. Or no, sorry, no, they didn't. That's just no one filled out for those days. Sorry. So there is the dates that they say work best for them would be either January 22nd or January 29th. And it looks like no one else was available on those days based on the responses that were received.
I could be, as long as it's all before, I mean, it's just a bad day for me because I'm off of a third and then I take a nap and go to a second. But I mean, I had marked January 25th, the morning of that day, but if they can only do those 2 days, I mean, I'm willing to do it, even though, it interrupts my schedule.
They said that they're also available February 1st. Well, Carol is. It doesn't look like Kelly, the second person, is. From 10 to 2.
That would be fine too, with me. Is it a 4-hour thing? Is that what we're saying?
No.
Oh.
It should only be about an hour.
Oh, okay.
Because they just want to meet to go over the proposals so that they can make sure that they are presenting an accurate proposal of what the commission is looking for to their partners.
I'm good anytime, the other commissions. I'm not gonna, put a specific date down, but anytime all the other commissions are available, I'm gonna make myself available that day.
Anytime works for me. Either of those days, I'm available.
Okay, I have two sets of dates here. Remind me of what the 22nd and 29th, what those days were in reference to. I'm thinking about a 5-day period. We had three choices for training, and so I'm not sure what you're referring to.
That's what it was for. So the people from DOJ are offering to connect with EEOC, HUD, Department of Justice, the EPA, and possibly Department of Labor to have them conduct trainings for the commission, not only on the civil rights related stuff, but also on items that would assist the commissioners in knowing, what the referral resources are. I know all of you work with different community organizations, and so you encounter a lot of people through your work, both on the commission and outside of the commission. And so having kind of that access to those resources seemed like it would be beneficial for both the work on the commission and then work in the community as well. So they just want to meet with the commission, kind of go over creating basically like an appropriate agenda and schedule of events so that they can schedule these upcoming trainings and then structure them the way that the commission is going to find them helpful.
Okay.
So they want to meet with the commission on one of these dates to figure that out, to kind of hash out the details of that.
Well, any of the dates will be fine with me too.
29th is better for me.
Okay. So should we tentatively say the 29th?
I'm good.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
And if we choose the 29th, Jeff, you would need it to be at what time?
Actually, it can be as early as you want because I'll already be up. I get home about 9 o'clock that morning. So I I just have to be to work again at 3, so it's just kind of an odd day for me. But it's fine. I'll make it one day, especially if it's just an hour.
Okay.
But,
Should we plan for 2 then? That way you could at least go to sleep and then, or is that too close to when you need to be back at work?
yeah, I have to be to work in Bettendorf at 3, so actually the morning is best still. It's
Okay.
just best to get it done, yeah. The
Okay.
earlier the better for me. I mean, it could start at 9 or 9:30, 10.
The earliest that she has here is 11 a.m.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we'll have to do then.
Okay. So does the 29th at 11 work for everyone else?
Yes.
Commissioner
Yes.
Reyes, does that work for you?
What is this for?
The meeting with DOJ?
At what time? 11?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah.
January 29th at 11.
I'm okay for now, but I never know when it
Okay.
comes to if I'm in a trial. So,
Okay.
all right, I got it down.
Alrighty. Well, that'll be our date then, and I'll follow up with them to let them know that. Okay. And so I FOIA'd the any contracts or agreements that the city would have with Allers and Cooney, which was the law firm that was handling the mail issue with the commission that we discussed last month, and any documentation or records of, the discussions regarding their representation of the commission. And on Friday, I got a response to that FOIA from Brian Heyer, who's with the legal department, and he stated that the information that was requested is protected by attorney-client privilege. So they would not be releasing that to the commission. I'm a little unclear on how the representation of the commission or conversations regarding the representation of the commission are confidential from the commission. But that was the response that we received on that. So we still don't know how that came about. And I actually have filed a complaint with Mallory Merritt regarding the entire issue, kind of the taking of the mail that is addressed to the commission, opening the mail, hiring an attorney to respond to something that was received in the mail that should not have been opened, all of those things. And so I'm waiting to hear back from the person who she assigned to conduct that investigation. So there's our update on that one.
I think this one here needs to go right into the mayor, and we need to schedule a meeting with him. And so,
that's a pretty serious take. They can't discuss what they're representing us about and the details of our representation, and they're supposed to be representing us, first of all, without our acknowledging it or requesting it. I mean, there seems to be some illegalities in there somewhere. I'm not a lawyer, but it would appear that the whole process is illegal.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send a note to the mayor to request a meeting and to discuss this further, because the mayor is over the legal department. I think that's correct.
Yeah.
There and stuff. So I'm gonna send a note to the mayor and ask for a meeting.
Yeah,
So,
sooner than later, because they could be selling us down the tubes and we wouldn't even know anything about it.
well, we probably already down the tubes. They're just trying they're trying to get us out into the river. But anyway, okay, all right. I'll do that when we get off here.
Okay. Then I'm gonna share the case status report. Okay, can everyone see it here?
Yes.
Alrighty. So we had no new public accommodation complaints. We had 4 new employment complaints last month and 5 new housing complaints. And 1 new informal, no new education. So we have 157 open employment complaints now, 50 open housing cases, 18 open public accommodation, and 18 open education cases. Here's our informals. So we just had the 1 informal last month, and I think it was EEOC referral. Yep, EEOC referral. So those are our new cases for the case status. Did anyone have any questions about the case status? Okay. Go back to. Okay. Is the agenda showing again?
Yes.
Ready.
Okay. That completes your report? Or are you still on your report?
Yep, I think that's it. I think the other stuff is all kind of related to the issue that we probably need to meet with the mayor about.
Okay. Okay. All righty. Thank you for your report. Appreciate that. All the hard work that you guys are doing down in the civil rights office there. Okay. How about on a new business ED-0109-002-14?
So this is a case that there's a public hearing pending, and then there was also an appeal that was going on in district court. So there was a ruling from the district court for the commission to close the complaint, but we are waiting on an order from the administrative law judge that's handling the public hearing. So it was placed as a placeholder on the agenda for the commission to take action to basically to accept the hearing officer's decision, but we haven't received that decision yet, so we're waiting on it. So we'll table it until next month, or I guess next month tentatively we'll table it for next month. If it is over 30 days from the date of issuance, then it automatically becomes final. So I guess we will wait and see when we will receive the order, and then that'll determine whether or not it'll need to be on the agenda next month.
Okay, that sounds. Go ahead, Frank. You got something?
I just had a question. So basically, our findings are different than the court's findings if they're directing us to close the case. Is that correct? Or do we have any findings?
The commission hasn't made any findings on this one. It's scheduled for public hearing, so there was a previous court order that directed the commission to reopen this case. And now there's an updated court order that's directing the commission to close the case.
Oh, okay. I see. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Well, let's go ahead and make sure we table this until the next commission meeting of February. Okay, item B, commission hiring on hiring an investigator for the performance of an internal workplace harassment and investigation. Talk to us about that. I think I'm pretty much up on that. Well, go ahead, Director Lacy.
This was the request that was made by me last month regarding the internal workplace harassment that has been ongoing for several years now.
Mm-hmm.
There were complaints filed by staff, and there was a law firm hired by the city to conduct the investigation. But I am not receiving the same treatment that other directors would receive if there was a staff member who filed a complaint. Namely that I would receive a copy of the findings of the report. However, this process that the city has implemented, the commission nor I are receiving a copy of the findings. The HR director is receiving it, and we don't know what the findings were or are. Apparently, it was received sometime in December, but we haven't received a copy of it. There's also the issue of my request for an investigation into the racially hostile working environment, and that request being ignored. I made that to City Council and the mayor, and nothing was done as a result of it. And so I think both on my own behalf and then the staff was requesting that the commission hire their own investigator to perform an internal workplace harassment investigation, so that those findings can be presented to the commission.
Okay.
We would just need a vote from the commission of whether or not they would like to hire someone to conduct this investigation.
So where will we get the funding, Director Lacy?
We could utilize the professional services funding that we have. So it would be similar to the way that we hire a public hearing officer.
Okay.
And the city loves to give away money, apparently. They could supplement our budget with hiring this, for hiring an investigator, since this is something that is necessary.
Would we have to put in a budget request prior to, or do we go ahead and then request the funding afterwards?
We currently have funding for it now.
Okay, what is the commissioner's will and pleasure concerning hiring this attorney and investigator?
I would move that the commission proceed with identifying and proceeding to hire an investigator to perform the investigation of the internal workforce issues that are ongoing with the commission.
I second. Upchurch Taylor.
It's been properly moved by Commissioner Frank Holly, second by Commissioner Charlene Upchurch Taylor, to hire an investigator to investigate the performance of an internal workplace harassment, to provide an internal workplace harassment investigation, the work of this here office. So, are there any questions to the motion? Are there any questions to the motion? There being no questions to the motion, all those in favor would do so by saying aye.
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 All opposed would say no. The ayes have it. Motion is carried. Okay, do what we need to do, Director Lacy.
Okay.
Old business, we have none. I don't think we have anybody on the public comments. But before we, what I would like to do is to make sure that, Director Lacy's, next month we get on the agenda to elect, a chair, vice chair, and secretary.
Okay.
We need to get that on the book. We should have done it last month, but, we didn't get that done, so.
Okay. I have it notated here.
Anything else anybody would like to get on the agenda for next month? Any other things that anybody has, that may need to be discussed before we proceed to close?
I was just wondering if, anybody has any information on, the King holiday coming up, any events or times?
Well, I know we will, have, hold on just a minute, King Day celebration,
11 o'clock on the
at Friends
15th.
of MLK, correct, Frank?
Yeah, the 11 o'clock on the 15th at the Friends of MLK, the Interpretive Center at 501 Brady, in conjunction with St. Ambrose University. There'll be a Martin Luther King event hosted there. Usually it's about an hour, and there will be soup and salad sandwiches provided after the event.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, anything else? Okay, well, we look forward to, our training day that's coming up on the 29th, with DOJ and some other things that are happening. I want everybody to know that, we also have a winter gala that the Friends of MLK is putting on the 20th of, January. Tickets are $75 a piece. We will have, a cocktail hour where you will be served, wine and hors d'oeuvres. We will have a live band, to provide music. And then we will have a sit-down dinner at St. Ambrose, Rogowski Center. And, this is to raise funds, that will allow us to continue, to do the things that, or the project and to continue to do to project the dream of Martin Luther King, and to, as well as to, put together historical information from around here in the Quad Cities of, things that happen in our community from, our own area. So we need your support. And if you, would care to buy a ticket, you can see or get a hold of Charlene Upchurch Taylor, myself, Ryan Sadler. You can go to what is that site that we can go to out there, Charlene?
You can go to Eventbrite on our Friends of MLK Facebook page.
Right, exactly. Our page, Friends of MLK website, and purchase your ticket there as well and stuff. And we'll be glad to sell your ticket as well. Okay. That's all I have. Director Lacy, anything from you before we close?
I don't have anything else.
Okay. Great meeting, guys. The first one for the year. We've still got our challenges. So I invite you to, let's move forward. Let's do what we need to do. It's not gonna be easy. I don't expect it to be easy. And, we just have to charge ahead and make things happen. So have a good afternoon. Stay warm. And if you got to shovel snow, make sure you be careful out there and take breaks through intervals and don't overdo it. We'll see you on the next call. Take care. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.